So, last session, Diego heard gunshots in the University Museum in Lima. While attempting to defuse the situation, he found himself getting arrested and threatened by the police who were acting a little outside the norm. Diego, Aiden, and Violet escaped police custody and escaped Lima and began their journey towards the town of Puno in hopes of getting there before Augustus Larkin and the very odd Luis de Mendoza. So we're just going to pick up right there with Diego, Aiden, and Violet arriving in Puno. They just bought a truck from the...
we rented it.
Yeah, you guys had rented a truck and saw Augustus Larkin and Luis de Mendoza driving along the road quite rapidly.
Wait, Luis was there too? How did he catch
the police didn't follow. It was just Larkin and de Mendoza arrived. They arrived ahead of schedule, driving, like bats out of hell to get to Puno as fast as they could. And you guys had purchased a truck. What town was it in the port town of Malindo, and followed them up to Puno. And we ended the game, the last session, with you guys arriving in Puno.
All right.
Puno is it's not like a shantytown type deal, but it's not as metropolized as Lima. So there are a few buildings of concrete and brick, but most of the houses are wood. Most of the construction is wood, low roofs, flat. The roads are kind of the better roads. The main roads are paved with stone, but most of the roads are just kind of dirty and compacted soil. When you take the truck up, it goes up a little bit of a rise, and you're able to see the town of Puno before you, and just beyond that, the western shore of Lake Titicaca. And it's sort of late afternoon when when Diego, Aiden, and Violet arrive. So there are some people moving about, doing their daily tasks, and you can see two trucks that Larkin had taken from Lima that are parked in front of a general store / hotel with a nicely painted wooden sign that has seen some weathering. And that's what you see.
Okay, so how are we going to... I'm assuming Aiden and Violet are out of commission.
They're basically, for this session, just going to be NPCs. They're going to follow you around. But they're not going to take action.
All right. Well, I'm going to... note... Okay, so Larkin, I'm assuming, is in the general store right now.
Yeah, you would assume so.
Okay. No, I turned to my group, particularly Jackson, since he's the only other one here with agency. And I basically like, okay, so how are we going to handle this exactly? Like, how should we approach Larkin about what happened, especially since Mendoza seems to be with him?
Well, I mean, I suppose we could just talk to him. I mean, he still thinks I'm Jesse Hughes. But Mendoza's a different kid. Something is wrong with him. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. There's
It's just
I have made some radio calls, sent out some telegraphs, try to get people that I know to come here. You know, when I was doing my research, and I'm hoping that at least one or two people have made it. They're supposed to meet me here in Puno, because my main contact is here. Just one of the little huts that you can kind of see on Lake Titicaca. And you look over where he's pointing, you see these several huts that seem to be built on grass and reed mats floating on the waters of Lake Titicaca. There's these small little huts, but they're not connected to the land at all.
okay. Well, I don't like the direct, like, I don't know what exactly Mendoza has told him, so for all we know that we could be walking into some sort of hostile situation. I don't even know. At the very least, I would like to do some recon first to see what they've been up to in our absence. So he hasn't seen me. Well, Larkin hasn't seen me, but Mendoza hasn't seen me.
Nope.
So I could I try and see if I can spy on the two of them in the store and see what they're either up to or talking about without being spotted?
You can make a stealth roll to see if you can get up there.
All right.
All right. You're able to kind of creep forward and peer through the glass windows, and you can see Larkin is talking to elderly woman behind the counter. You can't see where Mendoza is, but Larkin has his back towards you, towards the door.
Okay, and I can't make out their conversation?
No, not from where you are. You can't tell what's being said.
I don't like this. I don't like how we saw... I mean, did we actually see Mendoza traveling with them, or because we know he's around. So well, okay. Is there a way to check around and see if anyone is hiding anywhere?
Make a spot hidden roll. You don't see anybody. You just see there are people walking around, but no one seems to be intently following you or watching you. No one that looks like De Mendoza.
Well, I meant more if anyone was hiding in corners somewhere, but
no, nothing that you notice.
I guess. All right. Well, I guess the direct approach it is, and I'll just walk into the hut.
All right. Jackson Elias follows you, and he puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Let me handle this."
All right, just but before we go in, just be ready. We don't know what could happen. Just for my sake, keep your not take your gun out, but have it ready to pull out at any time.
All right. And he walks forward, and he taps Augustus Larkin on the shoulder, and the Larkin turns around and he sees Jackson and smiles. Jesse, what happened to you? Do you know where everybody went? I heard they got something happened with the police and they ran out of town really fast. And Jackson's like, yeah, that we just made it to Puno. What happened to you? We didn't see you all day Saturday, and we didn't get a chance to talk to you or De Mendoza. What's going on? Larkin just kind of smiles and says, well, I managed to secure some trucks a little earlier than I planned, and kind of hurried down this way, kind of hoping to find you. We're just trying to get some rooms for us in the hotel upstairs. Nothing great, but just a place to sleep before we head out to the ruins. And he turns and he sees Diego, and he smiles. Welcome, my friends. I don't believe I've met you before. And he reaches out a hand.
I do not take his hand. I just say no, but I heard about this expedition and was interested in learning more about what exactly you were planning.
Oh, well, I had heard about this pyramid that's just a couple days hike outside of Puno. Some pretty amazing artifacts that really do wonders for the history of Peru and the whole region.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I was told that there was someone, and I make a show of like snapping my fingers, like someone, Mendoza, was it? There was someone, has he been around? Have you seen him?
Oh, yeah, he traveled up with me from Lima. Sort of my right-hand man.
Where is he now?
He's around. He's somewhere in the village. We had to start getting supplies together, and so he went off to start getting things for our journey. Are you joining us on our little adventure to the ruins?
I might, but it's been a bit of a trip. I'd prefer a night to think on it. So.
Oh, I've rented rooms. Should be plenty of space. You gotta get a key from the manager here. And he looks back to the old woman behind the counter and holds up 3 fingers, and she hands over keys. And he takes one of the keys and hands it to you, Diego. And he hands another key to Jackson. I'm afraid it's not a lot of rooms, but hope you don't mind sharing some space.
Well, still, it's much appreciated.
Oh, of course. The least I can do. Hey, welcome to the expedition.
Indeed.
Yeah. And if I can get you anything, as Mr. Hughes has probably told you already, I'm Augustus Larkin. My reputation precedes me.
Indeed. Okay.
All right, now, if you don't mind, I do want to get to my room. He takes the last key. I'll meet you all down here in the morning. We can start our adventure.
Right.
And he turns and he walks towards the stairs leading to the second floor.
Okay. As soon as we're alone again, is there anyone else around aside from the group?
There's the group. There's the manager of the hotel, the older woman. But nobody else is in the store.
Okay. Well, I just want to pull the group aside for a moment, and I'm just saying, okay, I am not allowing this expedition to continue. I'm waiting until morning, and I plan on confronting Larkin and hopefully Mendoza once and for all in broad daylight, where nothing, at least. So, what I want you, first of all, I need to be sure that you are willing to work with me on this, because I do not feel comfortable doing this alone.
Of course, of course. And
Okay.
everybody nods.
Okay, so just keep an eye out, sleep lightly. I don't want any surprises during the night. If we have 2 rooms, I would say, sleep in shifts, with one person keeping watch and the other person resting, and rotate however many hours you see fit.
All right. So you go up to your rooms. There are 2 rooms, so you guys kind of split up into the rooms. Violet protests a little bit, having to share rooms. But, you go, you sleep in shifts. So there's always one person watching. Jackson does recommend that you kind of barricade the door a little bit, if possible.
Right. Good idea. I'll do that. And are there any windows?
Very small windows. Nothing.
Well, regardless, I just want to make sure nothing can get through those windows.
Okay. The nights pass without a problem. Very early in the morning, just after dawn, you hear a knock on Jackson's door.
So we're not in the same room?
No, you and Jackson are in separate rooms.
Okay. So, can I listen through the door, or would I have to open the door to see who it is?
You don't hear any talking from outside, so you'd have to open the door.
Okay, well, if they're not talking, then I will just wait a few seconds and see if there's any further knocking, or if there's no further sound, then I'll open the door.
All right. There's knocking again, and you can hear the door to Jackson's room open. And you hear Jackson saying, "My friend, it's so good to see you."
I will peek through the door, but I will not just burst through. I just want to see.
You kind of want to crack the door open and look. All right.
Yeah.
You open the door and you look. The room that Jackson has is kind of kitty cornered from you. And you look and you can see Jackson standing in the door frame talking to a man you've never seen before. And Ahmed can introduce himself, what he looks like.
Hello? Excuse me, should I introduce myself in character or out of character?
In character.
Hi, nice to meet you. I extend my hand towards the Diego. Yeah, this was a bit of lame.
Well, what do you look like? What exactly am I looking at here?
You are looking at a Arab. You are looking at an Arabian man of a, how do I say, of a rather large frame. He's a bit tall. He's a bit too tall than the average. He has copper skin. He has balding, curly black hair going through. He's wearing trousers and shirts with suspenders on. With some leather business shoes. Yeah, business shoes. That's what they called it. Black colored, and yeah, that's all I can say. Oh, he has a bit of a stubble that is growing out that's growing to be a beard.
Jackson appears to be genuinely happy to see this person.
Oh, do I notice his happiness?
Yes.
I smile a bit at him.
My friend, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad you came. You got my telegram.
Yeah, pleasure is all mine.
Were you meeting with Nayra? I know she tends to be a little bit of a early bird.
Yeah, she is. I think she's around here. I don't know. I had a bit of.
She's just off the. She lives on in the reed huts on Lake Titicaca.
Yeah, she does. Excuse my behavior. I had a bit of a drink last night, so I'm still trying to cure my hangover. I can't focus easily, so yeah. But yeah, I'm happy to be in this expedition with you lot.
Well, don't get used to it. I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel this expedition. I should introduce myself. I am Officer Martinez. It is thanks to this person heading the expedition, whoever he is, that I was unjustly arrested and falsely accused. Well, not necessarily accused, just detained until indefinitely. And so I plan on confronting this man and bringing him in to first of all determine his guilt in the murder of a good friend of mine, and if assuming that he is in fact innocent, that he can clear up the situation at the very least. So if you do not plan on assisting me in this endeavor, then I would suggest you leave. Was going to ask if I understand you're an associate of Mr. Jackson, which is why I'm telling you that I'm intending on confronting Mr. Larkin about recent events, and if you do not wish to assist me in this endeavor, then I would recommend not simply leaving. But I want to know what your intentions are at this point.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm in for the long haul. So yeah. I intend to support you in this endeavor.
All right. Very good. Do you know how to handle a weapon? We are dealing with something
dangerous,
particularly abnormal, and it requires a bit more. I would be more comfortable if we have as secure advantage over should he and his associate be together. But in any case, let's...
Unfortunately, I'm not very handy with firearms.
Can you handle a bat?
Oh, I can. I sure can.
Okay. I will Actually, no, it's okay. I will hand you a baseball bat, and I said, just don't have this out, but have it at your side and be ready to pull it out if necessary.
All right.
Okay, now let us see what our associate, Mr. Larkin, is up to, and I will peek downstairs to see if he's there, and if he is, what exactly he's up to.
All right, make a spot hidden roll. All right, you do not see Larkin. However, you do see De Mendoza. He's walking out of the building as you're peeking down the stairs.
Son of a bitch. Okay. And he's leaving the building, right?
Yes, he's walking out.
Okay. Okay. So what was outside the general store again? Like, it was just a road?
It was basically just like a road. There's some houses, some other small businesses maybe, but nothing much. So, Diego, you're following De Mendoza into the streets. It's
yeah.
Like I said, it's right now. It's very early morning. Sun is just coming over the horizon. Not a lot of people around. And there's a lot of darkness and a lot of shadows in places.
Wait, it's morning?
Yes, because
and the shadows.
Yeah. So like from where the sun is rising, it's creating massive shadows. There's a lot of dark areas still.
Is there anything in the shadows?
Make a spot hidden roll to see if you see anything. You're not entirely sure, but it seems like there are a couple people hiding in the shadows.
Shit. Okay. This is a ambush, obviously. He probably is planning for us to follow him. It's better not to go out there. So what now?
When you looked outside, you still didn't see Larkin anywhere around. You probably guess He's still inside the hotel.
Okay. Well, I'll go back into the hotel and I'll ask the person, the manager. Excuse me. Would you happen to know which room Mr. Larkin is in?
Yeah, 207.
Okay.
Across the hall from where you were.
All right. Thank you very much. And I'll just, I'll lead everyone back up to 207.
Okay.
I don't know how thick the doors are, but is it possible to tell if, like, say if he's snoring, like if it's possible to hear through the door?
Well, if you were to compare it to how thick your doors were, that's maybe an inch thick. It's kind of cheap. Wood.
Okay.
Flimsy. You can't hear snoring, but you can hear deep breathing. And it only sounds like it's obviously only coming from one source.
Right. Okay, well, I'll just nod at my group to, be ready, and I'll knock on the door.
All right.
No,
you knock, there's no answer.
Senor Larkin, we didn't see you downstairs. Is everything all right?
There's no answer. The breathing continues.
Right. Okay. Who wants to assist me in busting down the door?
Am I here?
Yeah.
Like in front of the door?
Yeah, the whole group. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like we all kick down the door at the same time?
Well, it would help bust down the door. I'm not sure how it wouldn't hurt to be sure.
Okay.
So I'll take on the left side, you take the right, and we'll just kick at the same time.
All right. Let's see.
Would that be a brawling roll, or what kind of roll would that be? Or a strength check, I guess.
It would be a strength check.
Yeah.
Okay. The purple or green?
I believe so. Yeah. Is that the green? All right. Ahmed, you push, and the door just gives way and opens.
Yeah.
It's kind of a small room. Not a lot of furniture in any of the rooms. It's exactly like the bedrooms that you had been in the previous night. You know, just a single bed, a dresser, small table, and lying in the bed, completely naked and only partially covered with the sheet, is Augustus Larkin. And for the first time, you can see on his chest what looks like a massive tattoo. Looks like an oval with surrounded by little diamonds and arrows. It's right above where his heart is.
What the fuck?
Is it
Jackson, do you recognize that symbol at all? I mean, I don't think I do.
No, it's... He looks at it. It's similar to something I've seen. I've heard about, done some research on these cults in Africa, and all the other cults seemed afraid of one particular cult and their symbol, and it looked very similar to this. The things they said they did to people.
Right. Okay. I'm taking out my gun, and I'm just gonna hold it to Larkin's temple, and I'll just, say, okay, everyone get in position. I'm going to attempt to wake this man up.
all right?
All right. As you press the barrel of the pistol against his head, you can see how much he's sweating and like how he's like glistening under the sweat.
Oh.
Okay. Senor Larkin.
And it's not that hot in the room.
Okay.
Larkin's eyes snap open.
Too late now. I think we need to discuss some things.
He's breathing heavily.
Please.
What's going on?
Please, relax. Have a seat. I have some questions for you.
He just looks up at you.
I would like to know what exactly Mendoza is, why there is a tattoo of some sort of cult symbol on your chest, and why my friend Sanchez needed to die.
It's a brand, not a tattoo.
A brand? Well, who branded you?
I don't remember. I was drugged, branded, and told about this place. I was told about Mendoza.
Can I do psychology to see if he's telling the truth?
Yes. From just the way he is, you can guess he's pretty much telling the truth. He might be holding something back, but for the most part, it's true.
Well, that is unfortunate, but if I am willing to assist you in determining who did this to you, but I can only help you if you share what information you have and what exactly Mendoza is supposed to be, because what I have seen him do is not natural.
He's not a man. He hasn't been a man for hundreds of years.
Hundreds. Does this have anything to do with that slug?
He's kind of nodding. It's hard for him to move and laying down, but he seems like he's nodding.
What is the significance of the slug? Or do you know anything about that at all?
I don't. But I was just... Part of my job was just to get everything out and help the Mendoza as much as I could.
Well, it is obvious now that clearly, well, assuming you are telling the truth, then it is clear that Mendoza is not to be trusted, and I have seen personally that he is entrenched here, at least enough so that he has allies, which I do not like. So here's what's going to happen, Mr. Larkin. This expedition is over. You are coming with me back to Lima. You're going to explain to the authorities.
You don't understand.
What do you mean? What exactly is there not to understand? You have been associating with an inhuman monster that you said
you have to stop that monster. He's trying to reach the pyramids. If he gets there, I don't even know what he's going to do, but he must be stopped.
You seem awfully quick to jump to that sort of conclusion, and yet you were cooperating with him earlier. To what extent were you aware of this?
Not everything. I knew there was something about him, but I didn't know all the details. Not at first. And now I just don't want to... I can't be part of this anymore. I can't be a slave to this thing.
Am I allowed multiple psychology rolls?
I'll allow another one.
And Ahmed, since Ahmed is there, can he do it too?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, no need.
Too late.
That's psychoanalysis roll, but I don't think it would have passed anyway, because base psychology is like 10, so whatever.
Oh, yeah. It is.
All right.
Actually, there might have been a slight chance of psychology for me, but shit happens.
Anyway.
All right. He doesn't seem to be lying to you.
Okay.
He actually seems afraid. Okay.
Do you know where... I saw Mendoza heading out into the streets a few minutes ago. Do you know where he would head?
I can only guess. He doesn't know exactly where the pyramids are. He looks up at Jackson. That lady you mentioned. Nayra. He's going to go after her. He's going to try to find out as much as he can.
Great.
Try to find out where this place is.
Then that's what we have to do. We have to get to Nayra before he does. Does anyone here know where she lives? I'm presuming Ahmed does. You associated with her.
Yeah, and Jackson says he does as well.
Okay, then just everyone be on the lookout. Larkin, you are coming with us. I do not want you out of my sight. And together, we will hopefully have this whole sorted out before dawn.
You really have to do something for me. I need you to do something for me.
And what?
Consider a last request. I want you to kill me. I can't.
What?
I can't. I need to escape this. I can't be part of this anymore. You have your gun. Just shoot me in the head.
We don't need to resort to something so extreme. Why do you want?
You don't know what's possible in this world.
Well, I'll look at Jackson and I'm like, you're the expert on the occult. Does that seem like a reasonable request, considering the situation?
Jackson looks at you after looking down at Augustin and says, I'm aware that people sometimes, recant the cults and do whatever they can to distance themselves, sometimes taking extreme measures. I've never heard anyone beg for death before, though. Usually death finds them eventually.
And I'm assuming no one else has any particular opinions on the matter.
Nope.
Well, I guess I'll just shoot Larkin.
Okay. So
no, I don't say that. That's what I just do it.
All right. Make an attack roll. The shot will succeed, but depends on how much damage you do. You shoot, but the bullet almost grazes the side of his head a little bit. Like your heart wasn't really into the shot. And Larkin just ends up screaming in pain.
Shit!
And rolling over. Now blood is everywhere.
I would like to bash him in the head with my baseball bat.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Alright, you take your bat and swing down and just strike him straight in the skull.
Oh, nice.
And he falls limp. He's still breathing slightly, but he's not moving.
Well, then he's still alive, isn't he?
Yep.
Would you like to take the shot again, or should I swing once more?
Well, I mean, I think I've already made the one gunshot. I don't think it would be... I'm going to take a pillow this time, and can I use it as a crude silencer to make it a bit quieter?
Sure.
Or maybe, can I just use the pillow to smother him? Why didn't I just do that in the first place?
That would take too long.
Yeah, I'll just do the silencer then with the pistol.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Alright, you put a pillow over his face and press the gun down and shoot, and you hear a muffled cough, and the breathing stops.
well, whether or not that was the right thing to do, that is that. How the hell am I going to prove my innocence now? Well, I guess I'll just have to get Mendoza, but...
Can you guys both make sanity rolls? All right, Ahmed, you don't take any sanity loss. Diego, you take 1 point of sanity loss.
Okay, not so bad, but I mean, it is bad. I'm a bit like shook that I coldly executed a man, but other than that, okay. Let's quick search the room, and is there anything of particular note in here?
Yes, there is. Make a spot hidden roll. Okay. All right. You kind of take your time looking around. I mean, it's not a massive room, but you don't make any quick progress. Though looking around, you eventually find hidden under the bed what looks like a golden stylized human face mask.
Stranger and stranger.
Interesting.
What is this supposed to be? Well, in any case, that can wait. We have no time to waste. We should make to Nayra's as quickly as possible.
All right. So you go. Nayra lives in one of the small huts on the reed mats that float on top of Lake Titicaca. They can only be reached by boat, but boats are easy enough to come by.
Okay.
Can I swim?
You can swim, but you would also know it's about 100 feet offshore.
So it's possible.
It's possible. It's just difficult.
Okay.
Look, it would be simpler to just procure a boat if there are any. Are there any like I know there's not like a proper boat, but are there like any people renting canoes or something like that?
Yeah.
You make a good argument, friend. Sure.
Just a bit of common sense. Anyway, excuse me, Hombre, Senor. Can we procure a vessel from you? A water vessel, boat?
He nods. See. And he tells you it's the equivalent of about $1.
$1 for how much? How big would it carry all of us?
It's canoe can hold 5 people. And it's good for the whole day.
Okay, so that's all of us then. All right, so I have $1. I'll give him $1.
Okay. You rent the canoe and you take it out onto the water of Lake Titicaca. There are about a dozen of these little reed mats with houses, with little hut houses on them. Most of them have little boats tied to them. But the hut that Jackson is pointing you towards doesn't have a boat near it at all.
I suppose I'm assuming Nayra is not exactly the social type, is she?
No. Jackson says that no. And she's old. She doesn't really get out much.
Is there anything I should know before attempting to speak to her?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, then is there a place to tie up the canoe and make sure it doesn't go anywhere?
Yeah,
Onto shore.
There's little wooden posts that you can tie the boat to keep it from drifting off. But there's no dock or anything like that. Right. So you would have to actually pull the boat up to the water, or onto the land, and just tie it off to keep it from going back into the water.
And just because I'm a bit paranoid, is there a place that I can maybe stash it in some bushes or something so that it's hidden?
No, there's no foliage or anything on these masts.
Right. Well, pulling it up onto shore will have to do then. All right. So let us go see this old Nayra.
All right. Like I said, it's a small hut, probably just a couple of rooms inside. Jackson knocks next to the door and walks in, and you meet the woman that he introduces as Nayra. She's she's an older lady, slightly hunched over, with gray hair, wrinkled face. But her eyes seem very energetic.
Buenos
Welcome!
Dias. Buenos dias, madame.
Are you friends of Jackson?
Of a sort.
Recently.
Yes. We came here because we wanted to ask you a few questions about certain things.
Of course. How may I be assistance?
Well, first off, we were previously associated with an expedition that is no longer occurring, but would you happen to know anyone by the name of Mendoza?
Mendoza. Yeah, the name does not sound familiar to me.
Then it must have something to do with his nature. You see, I have personally witnessed him commit a murder, but his method of murder is most peculiar. My apologies for being blunt about this, but I'm afraid time is of the essence. I have seen him, what I can only describe as a slug, where it came out of him and he drained the life out of someone. I have not seen anything like this before in my life, but considering that I have been informed that he is apparently interested in finding you, I would like to know exactly who you are, Miss Nayra.
I'm a healer. Sometimes I tell stories of the area. I know a lot about the area. Mostly folklore and myths. That's why I met Jackson. Because I know a lot of the myths of the area. I don't know what else I could do. Why would this Mendoza is what you said his name was? Why would he be after me?
That is why we have come here, but you wouldn't perhaps know of any mythological creatures that sound similar to this, would you?
Well, it almost sounds like what are they called? Karasari?
As a native Peruvian, do I know what that is?
Make anthropology, I think, is the role.
Can I make a check too to see if I have heard of something I don't know, randomly?
Yes.
I know nothing about life.
Yeah.
You don't think so. It maybe somewhere in the back of your mind you've heard of it, but you don't know what it is.
If you don't mind me asking, what exactly is a kerosene? You said, is that what you said it was?
Karasiri. What's the word?
Harisi.
As a vampire is the word, another word, but not the blood vampires. They drink other things from a person.
What sorts of other things?
The fat.
That explains what happened as he was drained. Okay. You wouldn't happen to know if they have any weaknesses, would you?
Oh, well, everything's afraid of fire.
That makes sense, yeah.
But Karasiri's legend. They're not real.
Well, I've seen a lot of things. Well, what I saw was not real. And I don't believe in vampires, but I believe in my own two eyes. And what my own two eyes saw me may have been a Karasiri. So I believe we need to take some extreme action here, because I think it is a reasonable assumption that he is coming to eliminate you, just considering of your reputation of knowing all this folklore. He might just be wanting to make sure nobody ever learns of this information.
Oh, that's silly. What do I know other than the legends of the area?
Well, to be on the safe side, I hope you don't mind me imposing, but would you be willing to host us for the night?
Well, I don't see a problem in it. Not a lot of room. Wouldn't you be more comfortable at the hotel in town?
It is for my own peace of mind, Senora. If just humor me, if there isn't anyone, like I said, who would be interested in coming after you, then we will leave in the morning. It will be nothing, and we can forget this ever happened. But it is for my own peace of mind, as well as your safety and your life.
Well, if you insist, I don't see a problem in it. If you don't mind these a little cramped corners, but you can certainly stay. Be more than happy to help.
I appreciate it, Senora. Also, do you happen to have food here?
I can procure food. I get supplies brought to me. Food is no problem.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you needed to leave for any reason, the building, which, in accordance to, as I said, making sure no one is after you, that I would prefer, just for your own safety, to not leave the house for the moment. If you don't mind me looking around, I'm going to look for all the possible entrances into the home.
Oh, no worries. It's hard for me to leave anyway. I don't have a boat. I lent it to my nephew a few months ago, and he never brought it back. Lazy loaf,
Right.
just like his father. But I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Then that makes my job easier. Thank you, Senora. Okay, listen up, everyone. First of all, we're going to look around and shore up some defenses. Or rather, just make this place more defensible. I want some torches set up so that we have lights to see in the middle of the night, and in case this Kirasiri folklore does hold water, that we have some sort of method of warding them off. If possible, I want to see some trenches dug out in front of the huts so that it would be more difficult to traverse the terrain. And I want to set up kill zones.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
All right. Taking a quick look around, you realize that the reed mat is probably 14 inches thick. So before you go back to water, you have 14 inches of ground. And it's a small place, maybe 20 feet squared. Maybe that much, if you were being generous. And a lot of that space is already taken up with the hut and the area where you tied up the boat.
Well, okay. Well, in any case, that makes things simpler, I suppose. But still, we should. I just want to check, make sure all possible approaches are covered. Any windows are covered, and we're going to set up a watch as night falls, because if they are indeed vampires, that seems to me like a stereotypical time they would show up at night.
All right. Right now, it's about 10 in the morning. So what are you going to do all day?
Can I swim around the hut? I mean, around.
You can.
I mean, you can just take the canoe and swim the boat around. And
No.
that's
My friend. See, I'm still trying to cure my hangover, and I think cold water will do me a lot of good in the long run. See?
okay, if you insist.
Thank you.
Oh, that's another thing. I want to just, as I go outside, I just want to check if we're being watched at all. Is it possible to see the island or the shore from here, or any sort of vantage point?
You can't tell. There are people on the shore, but you can't tell what they're doing. Too far away.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just stay nearby Nayra, having my hand on my pistol, just keeping an eye out.
All right. Ahmed, as you get in the water, you start to swim.
Yes.
You make it a few feet out of the water, completely surrounded by water. And you start to realize that, man, the water is not as cold as you thought it was. And you look and you realize you're swimming away from the hut rather than just around it. And so the distance between you and ground is getting farther and farther.
Oh no. Can I try to swim back to the hut with force? I mean, it's a bit clumsily, if I can.
Yeah, you could. I'll allow you to push it. But if you fail the swim roll, you're going to probably go under and start to drown.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, you make it back. You struggle, but you make it back to the hut without a problem. Pull yourself up, and you're out of the water. You're free from the warm, a little bit too warm water.
Oh. So this was not a terribly good idea right now, so yes.
So how was your swim?
Oh, the usual. This things like this happen in the western coast of Arabia. Sometimes I want to go for a swim in the coast, and then what do I see? A crocodile. Yes, a crocodile crossed from Egypt to Arabia and happened in front of and landed right where I was swimming. I mean, it happens.
Are you saying there's a water beast nearby?
Oh, no. I was just giving an example.
Oh.
But I'm not completely sure. These waters look a bit unsafe for my taste. And for a lot of people's taste, I reckon.
Well,
definitely not for swimming. I have understood that now.
So maybe from now on you use the boat when you need to.
Yes, boat is good.
All right. Now help me. I'm going to secure this position, and we're going to wait and see if anyone shows up.
All right.
All right. So you guys are all outside the hut. Kind of.
Is it? I just wanted to quick ask. I know you said the island was a bit bare, but would it be possible to make any sort of improvised weapons, just to, or let's make ourselves torches. Really, that's just really before anything else. We just make sure we have a light source, at least.
All right. I'm guessing everyone's going to be standing outside.
Yes.
As you begin constructing torches, you hear shouting coming from another little floating island.
Shouting.
And you see kind of a large man shouting angrily at you, pointing at your torches, and just angrily yelling.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Mendoza?
No, he's just another man, kind of heavy set, short cropped hair.
That's kind of strange.
My friends, I have just realized we are making torches on a straw mat. Isn't this dangerous a bit?
Well, I mean, I assume we'd go outside so we don't set anything on fire, but I don't think there should be any danger.
Yes, that makes sense.
All right.
Is the man still shouting?
Oh, yes. Oh, he is shouting, and he's getting into his boat. And as you look, you see several boats approaching the hut.
Great. Okay. Is there a more defensible position? Is there a place we can maybe stand from the doorway and I can aim from cover?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many boats in total are approaching?
There are 6 boats approaching.
Great. Okay. All right, everyone, weapons out. Back to the doorway. We're holding up positions. I don't want any of them getting in here. The doorway should be narrow enough. It should only be one person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's not a wide door.
Okay, so that's the only entrance, and that's where we're setting up. And I'm just, as they approach, like, I'm just going to have my gun leveled, my torch out. And I'm just going to say, like, to whoever approaches, like, cease, nobody move.
As they're closer, you can start hearing what is being yelled, and everyone, like, every boat has 2 to 3 people in it, and they're all keep yelling at you, no fire.
No fire. And why not no fire?
Nayra looks over. You're standing on what amounts to dried wood. If you start a fire on any one of these mats, it's going to sink. And the little islands are close enough where a firearm one could easily spread to others. You don't want fire.
Oh. Well, that is a problem then.
As she's talking to you, a couple of the boats reach Nayra's home, and the men start getting out and rushing over. They kick the partially completed torches into the water and rush at you guys.
Well, I'm holding one. Okay. Well, I'm just going to say stop. Are they like making hostile actions?
They're running at you with, like, what you would probably guess, like, statistically wise, are clubs. And
well, they're not deterred by the gun at all.
They don't see if they seem to be spurred by anger and emotion rather than fear.
Okay, well, I'll fire off a warning shot to like get them to back off.
All right. Just make a general intimidate roll. Yeah, they all stop.
That's enough. Now, I'm putting the fire out. I want you all to leave.
All right. As you just basically destroy the torch that you have left, the people that from the islands kind of start dispersing, but there are a few people that don't leave. And these people there's like a man and a woman that are both dripping wet.
You can't swim in
I
this
said
water.
leave. And I leveled the gun at them.
I would like to ready my baseball bat over the head.
The woman steps forward. We're not leaving.
I shoot
without the woman. All right. Make a attack roll.
Shit.
All right. You shoot. The shot misses, and she just runs right at you.
I would like to swing my bat.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Make a attack roll with your baseball bat. All right. You swing and you hit her right in the chest, and
nice.
Push her back. She coughs, clutching her chest as she falls to the ground. Almost immediately, the man that was with her runs forward. His hands curled into like these rudimentary claws.
I try and shoot him too.
All right. Okay. You shoot. You hit him right in the neck, right where the neck meets the collar, and you spin him and he falls down. As he hits the ground, the woman stands back up.
I would like to swing my bat again.
Okay. All right. And she's going to try to dodge. But she does not come anywhere near dodging. And you hit her right in the side of the head, and you hear a snap of bone, and she just drops to the floor. Not breathing.
Now, I look at these two. Does it look like they're recovering? That they're or does it look like they're down for good?
I'm gonna make a spot hidden roll. All right. The woman her skin never broke, so she doesn't have any physical injury. She had bruises and the massive strike to her head, which slightly caved her skull in. But the man is standing back up.
Shit! Get him! Shoot him! Hit him.
I would like to kick this man in the knee.
All right, you're gonna kick him.
Kick.
All right,
yes.
Make an unarmed strike. All right. You kick and you feel him stagger a little bit and stumble. But he's still coming at you, and he reaches forward for you, Ahmed, and he grabs you.
Oh no!
Shit! Can I shoot him again?
But as he tries to grab Ahmed, his hands just grab air. You're able to pull back just enough that he doesn't grab you.
Great success.
Shoot him.
You are the one with the gun, my friend.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm shooting him.
Okay. Attack roll. Yeah, that's a success. But how much damage do you do?
That's weird. Why didn't it roll down? Oh, because okay, it's 1d10, so I'm just going to roll it manually.
That's fine.
Fuck.
You shoot. And you hit him in the side of the belly. He kind of staggers a little bit. Before just falling onto his side. Still on the ground, but down.
Cave his skull in, quick!
I would like to hit them while they're on the ground.
Are you hitting the man?
Yes.
Okay. You can. It'll be an automatic critical, so just. Yeah. Yeah. You strike him when he's on the ground. He's not moving. He seems limp as a dead fish.
Oh, can we push them off the ground and into the lake like dead fish?
You can certainly try. That would be a strength roll.
I would prefer we keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't get up first. I mean, ideally, we set them on fire, but...
Make a spot hidden roll. You look, and the woman is gone.
Motherfuck! Okay, back into the hut.
All right. As you turn, you see the woman standing right behind you, and she punches forward. But punches to the side of your head. She misses horribly.
Okay. Well, I'll punch her back.
All right. Make an unarmed attack.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Help me.
I'll attack with my bat.
Okay.
Bat has failed me.
All right. You swing and you miss.
Fuck.
All right. She's gonna try to punch Diego again and grab him. Again, just barely missing the side of your skull, side of your head.
Great.
I would like to give another chance to the bat.
Okay. All right, you connect. You
It has learned its lesson.
You hit her in the back, and she kind of growls in pain, but doesn't stop her attack on you.
Oh.
Diego, do you want to do anything?
I punch her.
Okay. You manage to ball up your hand and punch her. It's a weak punch. You're only able to hit her a little bit in the stomach. She kind of recoils a little bit before lunging back at you.
God damn it.
Can I suplex her?
She hits you. Where's my dice? Come on. She does. All right, she's going to do 8 damage to you. She's going right for your face. And she just grabs hold.
Help me.
Baseballs.
All right.
Oh, here it goes.
God damn.
All right, you swing. And Mrs. She's got like her fingers are tearing into Diego's face, and she is trying to drag him towards the edge and throw him in the water.
So can I fight back or shoot him?
Yeah, you can try to fight against her.
I just didn't know if I was allowed to shoot her.
At this close range, it would be unarmed strike. You're just trying to fight her off.
All right. Or rather, I just want to break her grip at least on me.
Then a strength check.
Fuck.
No, she is just dragging you forward. You probably have a few seconds before she's able to toss you into the water.
Can I grab her? Like,
Yep, it'd be a strength roll from you.
strength roll.
Just to grab her. Nope. She's at the water's edge, and she's going to try to throw Diego in. She does not. But she's trying to shift her body so that she can just let go of him and drop into the water.
So she's still grabbing me though.
She's still holding on to you, but she wasn't able to just like take you and just toss you into the water.
Okay, I try.
So she's gonna just try dropping you in. You still have You still have a moment.
What?
You still have a few moments to.
Yeah, I just want to
escape.
break her grip on me.
Yep. Again, strength roll. Yeah, you're able to force her hands back and push her away.
Can I push her into the water? Oh wait, that wouldn't help. No, probably not. Never mind.
As you're struggling against her, I need you to make a spot roll. Spot hidden roll. You both can.
Oh, spot.
All right. You're both extremely focused on the woman and trying to save Diego that you never noticed the man standing back up and grabbing Ahmed.
Oh.
And you just slightly feel him strike you.
Oh. How much damage?
Wait, no, where's the rest of the group on this? Like, shouldn't they be helping us?
They're kind of in the moment, just not acting. He's only does 1 point of damage. Remember, the rest of the group, they're just there. They're not active participants at the moment.
God damn it. Okay, so... Okay, how... I'm just going to try and shoot this woman again.
Okay.
Fuck!
Do you want to spend a luck point to make that a success?
I will do that.
All right. You managed to just strike her. You can make a luck roll as she falls back. All right. She falls straight back onto the ground. Blood coming out of the wound, coming out of her mouth.
Okay, I need to create a torch. Like, very quick. I want to strike a torch again.
I will. Can I hit the man with a bat?
Yeah.
Let me.
Okay. Yep. You managed to shift your body, swing around, and just hit him right in the stomach, making him stumble back a few steps. He doesn't fall down.
Can I bull rush him? Like, just straight up throw my body to him?
Yeah.
What should I roll?
Make a strength roll. You rush him. He managed to grab around you as you push into him. But he doesn't go anywhere. He sort of just holds his feet underneath him.
No.
How quickly will it take for me to quick light a torch again?
It would take basically a turn to light a torch.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm doing. Getting the torch.
Okay.
This man is currently grappling me, yes?
Yes, he's grabbing you. He's basically got a hold on you, but he's not trying to grab you and pull you to the water. He's actually just trying to elbow strike you.
Elbow strike. Sure.
All right. He starts to hit you, but he's ineffective. His elbows just miss you.
Okay, I would like to get him in a bear hug.
Okay.
Okay, so do I have my torch out?
You would have your torch out, yes.
Okay. So, looking at the woman, is she getting back up?
Her eyes are blinking. The hole on her shoulder seems to have closed itself back up, and there's no more blood coming out.
Okay.
She hasn't gotten back up, but the wound has stopped bleeding, definitely.
Okay, well, shit. Okay, so she's still, but the man is grabbed, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Would it be? Is there a difference, like going to torch the woman while she's down versus torching the man while he's grabbed?
Well, right now the woman isn't holding onto anyone or being held. While if you were to torch the man, you would probably burn Ahmed.
Okay, I'll torch the woman then.
Okay.
Just as this is happening, I would like to. Can I suplex this man?
Yeah.
I'll roll.
Yep. Just make a strength check. He's going to try to fight against. He does not succeed at fighting back against you, so you're able to just basically do a suplex on him.
He cannot prevail against the power of wrestling.
No.
So does the woman get torched?
Yeah. You're able to light on fire. She kind of burns like kindling. Her skin just catching fire and turning black as the flames lick it.
Okay. So I'm assuming she's out, so I'm going to go and torch the man next. And I'll call out to Ahmed, stay back.
I'm staying back. Oh, woman is still on the ground. Is she?
She's kindling now.
The woman is burned.
Yes. Her burnt remain. Never mind.
Just, hold it, make sure he doesn't get back up or keep an eye on him. And I'm going to try and torch the man.
All right, he's struggling to get back up.
I would like to jump on him.
All right. You're able to just move on top of him and hold him down. As Diego puts the torch next to him and he catches fire. He starts to burn his skin, turning black as the flames lick his entire body.
Can I jump back?
Yes, Ahmed, you can make a dexterity roll. All right, yep, you're able to move back before the fire gets to where your body was.
Close shave.
It was close, but you're able to move off him, and he is consumed by fire.
Nice. Does it smell bad?
That was much closer than I would have preferred. I am in desperate need of medical attention now. So I would say let's go back inside and regroup and make sure no one got in while we were distracted.
I can apply first aid.
I know, but I'm going back in the hut is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm always on your tail.
All right.
All right, you go back into the hut. Nayra's a little freaked out, but there's nobody else there. But she does offer to treat your wounds and heal you if you need her to.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. She gets an automatic success, and she's going to heal you for 6 points of damage.
How many?
6 points. She's very good at what she does.
I would like to use first aid on myself.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you couldn't do it on yourself. You had to do it on others.
First aid, I'll allow you to do it on yourself.
Okay, well, I will attempt to do it on myself then.
You can't. She already, when she did her treatment of you, it was first aid and medicine she did to treat your wounds. So you can't do first aid on yourself again.
Okay.
But Ahmed, you're able to heal.
Okay. Everyone listen up.
Ahmed, you heal 3 points of damage.
Yay.
Okay. So, are we all in agreement then that the Kirasigi are real?
Yes.
What's going on here? What did you do? What happened?
Those, the men and the woman, they were going to take you. And we shot them multiple times, but they just wouldn't stay down. They only went out when I put them to the torch. So that proves that they are in fact Kirasigi.
That's insane. I can't believe that. She starts looking around.
Yeah. Which means it is definitely not safe here. We need to relocate you.
Can I bridal carry the old hag?
You can certainly try lifting her up and carrying her.
Strength it is.
I don't want to leave my home.
It is only temporary, just until we can ensure that that this threat has been taken care of and you are at a secure location.
Ahmed, you try to lift her up, but you can't get a good grip on her.
Dios mío, let me do it, and I'll try and grip her then.
Sure thing, my friend.
You get hold of her, and you kind of lift her up. It's a little bit of a struggle, but you're able to hold on to her and lift her up.
Your muscular power is amazing, my friend.
Indeed. Although I don't know why. I suppose I'll be carrying her. We need to leave this this location. It's not safe here. Would you happen to have any relatives at all, or any knowledge of what might be a safe location?
Oh, my daughter lives in town. That's not too far away.
Well, it will have to do for now. It's something. Okay, so the canoe holds 5 people at most. Let's go in teams. Ahmed, you'll come with me and Nayra, and we'll go to away. Well, then
Roger.
Who's going to send the boat for the others then?
Jackson volunteers too.
Okay, so Jackson, you'll come with us, but you'll take the boat back then, I suppose.
He nods.
Okay. Then let's go.
All right. You guys walk outside of the hut, and the man and woman are gone.
Well, they're kindling, right?
No, they are just not there. There's no evidence of their presence.
I really don't like this shit. Okay.